Alrighty. Good morning, boys and girls. Hello. Hello. Oh, hello. What's going on here? We can change that today. We can change... is it that? Oh, God, which one is it? That one. Boom! Good morning. How are you all doing, boys and girls? Are we good? Are we well? I hope we're all set for a busy weekend of gold making. In true fashion, I wasn't particularly planning on this stream today, but I've got a few hours until I've got to do adult things, so let's play some video games, shall we? That's the plan. I've got some coffee cooking. As you can clearly tell, my voice is not exactly perfect yet, but it's getting there, it's fine. 290 levels to cap my account. Oh my God, Rose, it's far too early to do maths. I don't even want to consider what that is, but I'm already under the belief that that's pretty impressive. I've got 4 level 80s, and I think I'm doing well, so fair play. That is a lot. I was chipping away at rep yesterday. We are getting there. We're getting there. It's looking better. I'm at a weird position now where I'm just doing the scrappy, killing rares, doing that sort of rubbish. Council at 11 3/4 is frustrating me. I need 590 rep from somewhere. I have rares on my map. I have rares on my map that I can kill. Admittedly, not many of them. 1 dude up here. 3 dudes down here. Technically, if I get all 4 of those, is that 600 rep? I think it is. That would get the job done. There's 1 world quest that's turned up. Cobalt's Tunnel Destroyer. That will give me 50 rep. So I'm within reach. God knows how I'm going to get Assembly to 12 or Arathi to 14. That might have to be a next week kind of job. Might have to be. I want to get Darkmoon done today. I think Darkmoon's probably a smart move today. I also, you may have noticed there's a pinned comment in the chat here today. I'm probably going to be tinkering around with some TSM stuff a little bit today. Mostly because I want to get at least my basic TSM something or other up and running. I want to get, because I completely nuked my TSM. I nuked it, so my groups look like this. I have no groups for nothing. I need to fix some basic operations, get some basic groups in order, get some basic stuff on the go. And I thought, what better way to test TSM's new little website than to try and see what that can offer. I'll get it finished before time walking on the 18th. That's outrageous. It's actually outrageous. I mean, fair play though. That many level 80s is going to put you in such a strong position when there's anything that requires you to be level 80 to do it. Such a strong position. I think you've taken the perfect plan with your alt army. Get them leveled first, because it's very expensive to level professions right now. What I might do is quickly get Darkmoon Faire done on a few tunes. Can I get some Darkmoon Faire? Okay, yeah, we're going to have to quickly dive straight into Darkmoon Faire stuff. Quick Darkmoon Faire blast. Quick little, quick Patron order check. Yes. I think this is the plan. While I'm setting up TSM on my bank character, I can be lurking, waiting for rares to kill as well. That's probably a smart plan. Bit of wombo combo. Right, Ogrimmar Portal. Oh my God, my game is lagging. They're good enough in thaumaturgy to make 3 crafts every 2 days of tier 3 to tier 3. I'm earning about 50 to 80k a day doing this. Takes about 50 minutes to do. I mean, that's already not bad going, is it? And the likelihood is as you gain more skill points, as you gain more knowledge in doing that, you'll only push further with that. So, fair play. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I've shuffled 2 separate characters in 2 days. Oh my god. Oh my god. This dude's jewel crafting. Do I need anything for jewel crafting with Darkmoon? I don't think I do I?
The reckoning is at hand. We will have justice.
No, take me to the staging area. I don't want the quest.
Death to all who...
Turn the tunes down a bit. Now set for the expansion, knowledge point book, profession tool wise. Yeah, this dude, for example, is missing only the rep book and 2 knowledge points from a treasure, which I'll fix at some point. From that, in that position, this jewel crafting dude, although he's predominantly spec'd into prospecting, is in the same position. He's kind of like just good now. He's just good. 23 knowledge points. I'll probably cap out these 2 nodes then with weekly reset, I would guess. 17 more points, weekly reset. Darkmoon Faire now. 2 more knowledge points. That's going to put it at 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Yeah, easy cap those 2. Who's the jewel crafting one here? Where's the jewel crafting quest? It's usually back here somewhere, isn't it? Is it you? Who dishes out the jewel crafting quest?
Stay away from the voodoo.
No.
Spirits be with you, man.
Mining skill. Oh yeah, I've just remembered. You could theoretically also do the profession shuffle with the Darkmoon Faire, gaining the 3 knowledge points and the 15 artisan security from cycling through every profession. Not something I'm going to do.
What's on your mind?
No, that's Tonk Commander. Is it this one?
Welcome, friend.
No. Which one gives the jewel crafting quest? Is it back here? Oh, they've removed artisan security from them. Oh, have they really? Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I'm only doing it for the knowledge. Oh yeah, cool. Well, do you not get the 15 from these knowledge points? I know you don't get any artisan security base, but do you not get 15 from the knowledge points?
Beware.
Sparkling gemstones. Now I've got to find them. What do they look like? That looks like one. No. There's one. One. Oh, they've done them the same as the treasures. Weird, right? How they see. There's a thread going on. There's a bit of a thread that's caught a bit of traction going on the WoW Economy subreddit talking about the shuffle. And like the top comment pretty much is that they nerfed so many of the ways to farm it up, but then left just enough in to like for players to still comfortably be able to do it and gain an advantage. Which is, yeah. They're going to have to change it for next expansion in my mind. Some more tender loving care is going to be needed. I'm not particularly a fan of it. I'll do it because it's the meta, but I'm not particularly a fan of it. Is that one over there? How many have we got? Oh, hang on, hang on. Now I just cut them. Oh, that was all 5. There we go. I mean, it was a thing back in Dragonflight, but there was so much new going on in the Dragonflight that, you know, it was weirdly less mandatory to do in Dragonflight because everything was new. So even if you knew a little bit about what was going on, you could keep your head above water quite comfortably. The difference with the War Within, though, is that most people knew and understood the base system very well. Did they just instantly give them to me? 23, 26, they did. Right, okay. Right, you're done then. You're done. Right, 1 down. 1 down, 7 to go. Well, at least 7. If there's any ones that I'm going to need some items for, please shout at me before I get there. I think leatherworking needs some stuff, doesn't it? I'm going to find this out when it happens. Ha! Subscriptions expired. Oh dear. My bank character's not seen much use recently then. Whoops. It's going to log me out now. Fishing derbies on today as well. I should look at that, shouldn't I? I should look at that at some point. Before it gets too busy. I don't even know what you have to do for it, honestly. Save this somewhere. Oh wait, hang on, what's this? Aha, I see. Alchemy, cooking, inscription, leatherworking, and tailoring. What's this dude got? Blacksmithing. Well, this dude's safe then.
Victory
This dude's
lies
safe
ahead.
to just go.
Shorello run.
Flask spillover is bugged. It says it's stacking up to 10, but it's stopped and won't go further than 5. It was bugged for ages on the beta, saying it was going to do one thing and then doing something completely different. I reported it, but clearly it hasn't been fixed yet. Yeah, the tooltips and the spec trees were saying something completely different to what was actually happening, which was a touch frustrating. Basically, you just catch the 3 fish, but to get more tokens, you want to catch each unique fish once during the hour. Ah, okay, I see. Right, who's going to give me the blacksmithing quest? What's this one? Probably not you, is it? No. This is horseshoes, isn't it? For blacksmithing? All the way down the end, I think.
Pleased to meet you.
Yeah, here we go. Use the iron stock to craft some horseshoes.
Right.
Requires anvil. Oh, flipping hell. Do I have Alvin? Do I have Alvin? Anvil's at the place where you just did the dual crafting one. Ah, I found a better way. Found a way where you don't even have to move.
Interesting.
Bingo.
Off and away.
Bingo. Right, you're done. I've been putting off doing this for a few days, and it's one of those sort of busy work kind of tasks. I'm the same IRL, by the way. Like, these kind of odd jobs, like cleaning the house and, you know, dumb shit like that, I put it off till the very, very last minute most of the time. Bad habit to have, but there's worse bad habits you could have, I guess. Right, tailoring, I need some stuff, don't I? Coarse thread, red dye, blue dye. Red dye, blue dye, cardboard box. Let me go grab some coffee. One coffee plus one apple juice, because I have more apple juice than I know what to do with right now. Right. Well, I guess we're here. What is it we need? Coarse thread. It's clearly not. Coarse thread. One of those. Red dye. One of those. And a blue dye. That's not how you spell blue. That's still not how you spell blue. Flipping out.
My directive has been fulfilled.
Never do what today what you can put off till tomorrow. That's genuinely how I feel about things a lot of the time. What's the price of weaver cloth bolts doing at the moment? 33 gold a piece? Are you shitting me? Lol. I'm actually going to start selling some of those, I think. Is there an optimized way to unlock the alchemy discovers? Yes, but it's very, very, very slow, which in turn makes it not so optimized. I would say you probably want, well, this depends on if you're going thaumaturgy or not. You want to put 30 points at the very least into alchemical mastery. This is going to unlock formulated courage, meaning you can continuously do research until you get everything. So you can brute force and bypass the go boom mechanic that way. If you continue and put 50 points into that tree, you'll actually be able to then also unlock each of the different herb types. And that will mean that you get a slightly better chance at learning recipes when using those herbs than if you didn't have that node unlocked. You don't have to spend points in that node just yet. But that sort of depends on if you know exactly what you're doing with your alchemist long term. 'Cause 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 Other than that, you just kind of got to brute force it. If you research enough, you'll eventually get everything. Tailoring's right here, isn't it?
Listening.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
What are we doing? Make a banner. Place the banner. Loose stones. That'll do. Nice.
Haven't got all day. Trust no
3 more tailoring knowledge. That's actually gonna... Where am I putting this? I think I'm full build for tailoring. Like, genuinely full build. Like, got points to spend doing other stuff, full build. Quality fabric, 30. Weaving and unraveling, 30. Textile treasures, 30. Multicraft, 30. Resourcefulness. And I only needed to put 15 points in here just to unlock both of these nodes. So yeah, I'm actually full build on tailoring. Wow, okay. The question is then, do I want to branch out into like maybe spell threads? Can we... we'll think about that in a minute. We got plenty of time to think about the professions. I got to get this stuff done first. Let's focus. Focus, focus, focus. Do not get distracted by squirrels. Got 50 points in the mastery for all the herb lore. Now just start with the cheapest herb until I've got all from that one, right? That's usually the strategy. Myco Bloom, in theory, should be the cheapest. But it doesn't necessarily end up being the cheapest. Plus, I'm trying to remember all of this off the top of my head. I think Myco Bloom has a greater chance to make you go boom. But I don't think it has any detrimental chance on researching new stuff. I don't know. The honest answer is you just got to brute force it. If you're trying to get it all done this early, you just like you can't both be early and be optimal. You just gotta blast it. Oh, what I didn't check is what's this dude got? Oh no, wait, hang on. No, what am I doing? What am I doing? This dude is done. I'm not taking him back again. Where's the portal? Meant to be logging off this character, not starting his journey. Let's try that again, shall we? Right, leatherworking. Shiny baubles, coarse threads, blue dye. Can I use these from the war bank? If I put a bunch of these materials in the war bank, can I never have to worry about this ever again? There's a theory. Not that I'll do this ever again in this expansion, but... Although, saying that, I might do it next month. You have to have them on you. Of course you do. Well then.
Extended supply of goods for outlanders.
Wow, I can't spell today.
Thanks for your patronage.
Yeah, not being able to use mats from the war bank is mighty frustrating. I really do hope that that's something that they're going to address and fix, because it seems like such a mundane, trivial restriction. Doesn't make any sense to me. Like, surely that should be one of the major features of the war bank, you know? It's kind of the point. I'm pretty convinced there's a technical reason to why they didn't do it, though. I don't necessarily know what that is, because I don't know the code side of things, but it seems just too dumb for it to have been an oversight. There's no way that, like, nobody at Blizzard was like, do you think these patron orders should be able to use the war bank? There's no way that thought didn't come up.
State your business.
They're too big of a company to have oversights, honestly. Somebody will have thought about it at some point, and somebody will have put it forward, and somebody else would have gone, that's going to take me 2 days of effort to implement. And then somebody's gone, no, it can wait. Deletes kind of the whole purpose of letting mats be in the war bank. I know, yeah. Hey, if it gets fixed, we're all good. If not, we'll just have to deal with it. Where's leatherworking then? Is it you? Oh, where's leatherworking? Is it you?
Well met. Be careful.
No. The hell's leatherworking? No way it's all the way back here. This is tailoring, though. That's tailoring. Oh, it's the shoot. It's one that's shown in blue because there's a daily quest on it as well. Okay. Does that mean it's you? Ah, okay. Eyes on the prize. Thanks.
Stay away from the voodoo.
Nice.
Spirits.
Nice. Right, how many tombs is that now? 4? Are we halfway there? See if we can get this done quickly. No, I really don't want to waste all day doing this. This is kind of the point. I want to get to the juicy stuff. Inscription needs 5 light parchments. Have they nerfed embellishments yet? No idea. Are they planning to? I'd imagine at this point they're not going to nerf anything unless it is like a multiple, like, better than anything else. Surely by this point they should have got their balance, like, done. I'm sure I can get light parchment from a random vendor somewhere, but
I have calibrated
this
my
random
prices
vendor
to
also
be
sells it.
reasonable. Return and peruse.
That's the best NPC vendor. Transmogma sells it. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, see, I know it's kind of memed on that like people buy vendor mats off the auction house, and I'm like, there is too many materials in this game for me to remember which vendor sells all of them. I know I can go to the auction house and I know he sells all of them. Like, I'll just pay whatever the premium is. Simplicity. It's like buying milk from the shop at the end of the road rather than going to the supermarket. You know it's going to cost you more, but it's easy. Convenience tax. And let's be real, these materials aren't exactly going to bankrupt anybody. Did I not pick them up from the mailbox? Oh, I did. Want to take a little bit of a look at some of the material prices as well. I suspect that things are starting to explode a little bit. I'm starting to guesstimate that the cheap part of the pre-expansion, sorry, not pre-expansion, pre-season, 2 weeks. I'm guessing a lot of prices are starting to rise now on materials as people are stocking up, I would guess.
Hey, off and away.
I've stocked up on a few things, but I'm also aware I really don't think I've stocked up on enough. Especially since some of my professions I've got in quite good positions. I'd feel a bit silly if I then didn't have the materials to do anything with them. Oh, fortune teller. Thanks. Thanks. You read my mind. Sales are crazy this morning. Feels like the FOMO's kicking in. Probably. Like, there's part of me that thinks I should have already bought and just be reselling the materials, if nothing else. But any I've bought, I'll keep and I'll use them. Like I said, I've not bought much, though. What have I bought so far? I think I've bought a little bit of dust. I bought some cloth, a small amount of ore. Not really as much as I should have. So what I'm doing, not waiting till reset when then everybody dumps, sell it to the FOMO investors now. Yeah, I mean, if you this is the pattern now. This is the pattern we see. Buy your materials super early. As long as you don't buy them at a premium because they're still rare, but buy them early enough that they're pretty much bottomed out on price, and then sell them back to everybody that stocks up late. I'm also selling if it's already 30% more than my average buy. Yeah, take profits where you can get them. If you can just straight flip materials, do it. Take profits where you can get them. Absolutely no need to be greedy in these sorts of situations. Shit, what character is this? Enchanting. I didn't check my mats. Enchanting looks like a safe one. I still haven't chose a spec with enchanting. It's pretty risky, that, isn't it? But nor have I done the full shuffle on this dude, so...
Anaria Shola, keep your wits about you. The reckoning is at hand. Death to all who...
There's part of me that thinks I probably should have gone disenchanting on this character, because I could have, you know, been making a sizable amount of gold over the last few days. But the reality is I've not had spare hours in my day to stand there disenchanting. Whilst I do this for a living, and whilst being a content creator affords me the ability to play this game a lot more than most, I'm also topping out at maybe 8 to 10 hours a day, because I still have my sanity to contest with. I'm very much not in the mindset of being able to play video games 12, 15 hours a day anymore. I could, but it's detrimental to many other aspects of my life, so I'm not doing it. But yeah, so I don't have that many bonus hours to stand there just disenchant all day. Even though I know full well that it's been quite lucrative for those who have done it. Right, go find some dust. Don't really care that much, just gambling a little. Sure, I'll lose on some, but 80-20 right. Did my research. Most looks like decent return potential. Lots of mutts are bobbing up and down a lot over the last 72 hours. Yeah, I mean, because obviously there's many factors at play here, obviously, isn't there? There's people who are... A lot of materials go up and down based on trends. Trends being such as... Oh, this cloth farm has been nerfed, and so every man and their dog bought a shitload of cloth in the assumption that it was going to rise. And then, of course, because everybody buys a shitload of cloth, it does rise. But what you don't know is just what the supply is going to look like in 2 more days' time. So you can almost day trade on this sort of stuff. Buy a bunch of it one day, literally sell it all back again the next day. Is that 6? That looks like 6. And all of that is before you even consider the fact that people are getting their professions in order. People are starting to get, like, they're unlocking max quality 3 stuff, and then they're like going, oh my god, I can print money and buy a shitload of materials and craft a bunch without checking prices. And did we just ding from that? Lol. 73. 73 without touching a single quest in the game. Learn anything from my crypto years, it's not to be greedy and wait for more profit. Sell that stuff. Profit is profit. Exactly. Kind of like what I've been advising to people who've been farming over the last few days and weeks. Is that a lot of people are like, do I hold on to my materials and sell them when the season launches in case they go up? And I'm like, no, you've done the work. You've literally done the work. Sell them. There's no point waiting. Did you see that earthen leveling vid? They get extra XP from leveling. An unoptimized route, apparently about 4 hours from discovering zones. Really? Flying around discovering zones levels them up. Jesus. 0 killing, just discovery? No. Oh dear. If that's the case, that's probably broken, but that is funny. Who's this dude? Alchemy. We need some moonberry juice. Juice me up.
I have an extended supply of goods for outlanders.
Moonberry juice.
My directive has been fulfilled.
All ware's done for the week. Yeah, I am not there. I am not there. If I'm clever today, I'm going to be spending a little bit of time on my bank character. That means I can be AFKing, waiting for rares on my main character. Or if I'm really clever, I can pull in some streamer privileges and get some of you guys to shard hop me a bit easier.
Glory to the Sindorai. Be ready for
Did I pick up that moonberry juice? I'm so working on autopilot. I did, yeah. Good, good, good. Right, if this is alchemy, I think we've got engineering left, and that's probably it. I think this is character number 7. Technically, I still need to go farm treasures at some point this week. Another thing that's on my to-do list that I haven't done. Wonder if we can wombo combo that with some rares.
What brings you here?
Fizzy fusion.
May the stars guide you. Good luck, friend.
Right, there's some fizz done.
Farewell. A Shah fell out.
Right, one more to go. Working a full-time job in the office kind of forced my disenchanting habit. Craft AFK at work and come home to D for an hour. I mean, if it works. Right, last one, engineering. Anything needed? Doesn't look like it. Any macro for TSM? You can use the scroll wheel macro. TSM has it built in. If you go into settings, macros, you can use a scroll wheel with a modifier, and you can use it for, wait, hang on, what? Where's the destroying gone? Crafting, craft next. Wait, what? Can you not macro the destroy button anymore? Oh, well, ignore me then. Ignore me. Click TSM destroy button 1. There we go. Try that one. Try that one. It's just a click button macro. engineering. We don't need anything for this. Let's go grab some stuff. Yeah, /TSM destroy opens the interface, but some people want a macro to then press the destroy button rather than clicking. I'm equally sure you can probably do it with a weak aura on screen, so you can just put the button somewhere. Probably not even have to have your bags open or something. I'm quite sure there's some smarter ways to do it. You still need to make sure that you're adhering to the one button press, one action rule. Otherwise, you fall into automation, and then that is bannable.
What business have you? The reckoning is at...
A /use macro will do as well. Then you just keybind that /disenchant /use if you're not using TSM. Be careful if you're disenchanting on the same character that you're making the hammers on with your blacksmith, for example. Otherwise, you might accidentally disenchant your actual blacksmith hammer. This is why some people use TSM, because it will ignore the soulbound one. Right, which one of these fellas is going to be engineering? Talking Tonks. That sounds engineering-like, doesn't it? Talking Tonks. Repair damaged Tonks. That one. 3, 4, and 5. Beautiful.
What you want? You be careful.
Nice. Okay, that's got that done for another month then. Is that done for another month? Might do a bit of a patron order sweep now. Let's do a patron order sweep, make sure we catch things. Start with the Jewel Crafter. Oh my god, my game lags for about 10 seconds every time it loads in. Too many add-ons doing add-on things. How come you have a quest to hand in? What have you got to say?
Just got to know.
Something on the horizon? Skip the leveling campaign? Sure. What was I doing? Patron orders. Let's go and have a look. Let's go and have a look-see. Gotta keep on top of these knowledge points somehow. Six. Okay, well, there's no knowledge points there. That means I'm less concerned about any of them. Blasphemite, quality 2, 30 artisans acuity. Didn't provide anything. Damn. Didn't provide anything. A week ago, I'd have hopped on that. I'd have hopped on that a week ago. Today, I don't think I care. 95 artisans acuity. Yeah. Now I don't think I care. Half tip compared to the others as well. Yeah, 40 gold. Inverted prism at quality 3, not providing anything. 10 artisans acuity. Yeah, they're all a no thank you. They're a no thank you, see you later. Bunch of patron orders. In that case then, can I spend my concentration on something? This is what I haven't really figured out, you know. Where on my Junkcraft I'm going to actually spend my concentration. Because we could always go... Oh wow, I'm not even good enough to push to quality 2 guaranteed with those. Even with quality 3 gem... Okay, you've got to be using at least some... Got to at least be using 7 quality 3s to then use 2 days of concentration to take it from, let's just say, 4... That price isn't even going to be right either. Oh, it does change the price. From a 4k crafting cost to... Okay, it's a 5k. You're making 5,000 gold for 2 days of concentration, 2,500 gold a day. It's weird. I'd still probably not want to do that. I'd still probably not want to do that, since that's a lot of concentration for not a lot of moolah. And if I get something turn up that requires me to use 800 concentration and I'm missing some. It's fear of missing out. It's FOMO knowledge points via these patron orders because they're not consistent. There's part of me that's expecting a new bunch of patron orders like some point later today. No, Drizzling Rose, no mats, no make. The little add-on that filtered out all of the scumbag, no mats, no tip like orders from Dragonflight has leveled up because obviously you have to provide all of the points now. Yeah, it shows what you're going to need to provide, and also the rewards, which is quite cool. So we can go inverted prism and can see they've only supplied the sapphire. We have to provide everything else. This Vokret guy, what a scumbag. What an absolute scumbag. He doesn't even give any proper rewards either. What an absolute scumbag. Alright then, well that's interesting. There's not really anything I need to do on this fella then. Other than I do need to go get some shards from around the place, but that's not right now's job. Right now's job is keeping on top of patron orders. Millhouse also fricks the player in the out. Yeah. Yeah, these patrons are more scumbaggery than regular Joe was. My TSM's been bugging out for 5 days now. I can use the auctioning interface and the cancel scans and the mailbox, but when I click on the profession window, my TSM crashes. Reported it to the TSM guys, but no fix. I want to try and fix the issue myself by uninstalling and reinstalling TSM. How can I save my profile to copy my profile back once I'm done? Let me give you a tiny little bit of advice first. Considering it's most likely seemingly only happening to you, it's actually more than likely going to be a conflict with another add-on. Before you start messing around with uninstalling and reinstalling and doing all of that business, I would try turning off all add-ons entirely, have only TSM on, and see if it does it. Eliminate everything else first. I've tried disabling all the add-ons, still get the same issue. Okay. I don't know in enough detail to step-by-step guide somebody through doing that. Because you have to delete very certain... I don't know. I don't know. The official TSM support channel in their Discord can probably help you with that. Or they could at least let you know whether it's like a known issue or something, maybe. I'm usually more than comfortable helping out with, you know, how to use the add-on type issues. Bug fixes and that sort of stuff, though, you're best off going to the source. Nine orders? Got to be some juice in here then. Or is this just the downside of the fact that everything is asking for items I don't have the ability to craft? Charged Claymore. Moreover, you didn't provide a single sanctified alloy, yet you still want it at quality 4. No alloys, no fang. That's like 40k bare minimum to get those knowledge points, even if I had the recipe, which I don't. Let's just filter out the ones I don't have the recipe for, so that I don't get frustrated by seeing them. Sanctified alloy for some knowledge points. I can contemplate doing that. Oh my god, are you kidding me? You didn't provide the tinderbox or the nullstone or the core. You didn't provide anything other than 5 flux. You want me to spend 10k to get 2 knowledge points? I can't justify that. I mean, I can. Physically, I can. Mentally, I don't want to, though. Physically, I can. At least my advantage here is I paid substantially less for my tinderboxes. But just as filling an order, I could easily... Maybe we just hope for a resource proc. Do we just hope for a resource proc? I'm not expecting to resourcefulness, though. Alright, nullstone tinderbox. Wait, I don't have any nullstones? Oh. Well, that changes it. Why does it only show I've got 4 tinderboxes as well? Where have they gone? Blacksmith orders look fun. They are not. It's one of the worst professions because blacksmiths have some very high ticket price items, and then when you don't get given any materials for them, it's like, oh, you've just fucked me, haven't you? No time for hesitation when I'm streaming to 200 people.
Return and peruse my inventory again.
That's an expensive patron order so far, isn't it? That's a 1.3 million gold patron order. Whoops. Right, please for the love of God, resourcefulness proc. Resourcefulness proc. Never lucky. 10k for 2 knowledge points. One absolute scumbag of a game. Alright, 30 artisan security though we take. No we don't, because we don't have the flipping ability to craft with embellishments. Damn. Damn strawberry jam. Okay, so we can't do that one. What about this? Did I cry over the fact that this was also using a null stone that wasn't provided for 10 artisan security? Yeah, that's not happening either. What's the crack with these? Nothing. These can get done. Okay. My blacksmith has multiple 50k orders. Yeah, like, because blacksmithing just has some ludicrously high ticket price items. Most of the weapons use so many materials that it's just not fun when you get patrons that are like, yeah, can you make me this for free, please? That's a big fat stinky no.
I have calibrated my prices to be
Put those in there
reasonable.
before I accidentally blast through them all. Oh, that's stolen all of my alloys as well. I didn't really want it to do that. I want those back. I want that back. I want that back. Blacksmiths are the only people who are using those. So there's no need for them to be in the war bank particularly. Is there anybody else out there that uses alloys other than blacksmiths? Do engineers use alloys at all? Or maybe in 1 or 2 recipes, not enough for me to care about.
My thanks for your patronage.
Okay, let's check next dude. Patron orders AI is taught from Dragonfly player orders, clearly. What add-on is it that's adding the crafting cost under the materials? It's probably Auctionator. Yeah, I would use it as nothing more than a very basic, quick napkin math guide to price. I don't in any way, shape or form believe it to be that accurate. My #1 rule with add-ons at the moment is use them for guidance only. Material prices. I mean, add-ons themselves are catching up still. You know, add-ons themselves are smoothing out bugs, dealing with everything, getting things in order, learning the new systems. Secondly, material prices are so all over the place right now. If you're not doing the maths yourself, that the only person I would be trusting is you know, yourself when it comes to this at the moment. There's a couple with knowledge points here. Gloves of the Woven Dusk, which I don't have the recipe for. That's a shame. And Slippers of the Woven Dusk, which I also won't have the recipe for. Okay. Well, the only ones that are going to give me knowledge points I can't do, so I'm not too bothered about those. Do I care about these Artisan's Acuity ones? Do I want 10 Artisan's Acuity for basically nothing? Sure. Can I use cheaper bolts than that, though, please? I mean, it's 2 bolts, I don't care. You even gave me the cheap ones. These are prices I can live with. I think I actually made a profit on that order. The only two are 2 I can't do. What's the price of these doing like today?
I have an extended supply of goods for Outlanders.
220. Starting to be quite a stack of them. 220 is an alright price. Oh, there's not many though. Oh shit, look how many there just isn't. Actually, when you look at it, people are like, yeah, we don't want to be selling these out for cheap anymore. Woo, spicy. Okay. Storm Dust doing 234 on Storm Dust. I wonder if I've got enough Storm Dust. I think I've got enough Storm Dust for now. Base Weaver Cloth and Weaver Cloth bolts have come. Okay, Weaver Cloth bolts have come back to a relatively normal price. Dare I say? They're still what I would consider cheap, because the crafting cost of these is basically 3 times the cost of the cloth. So the fact that they're about equal still means that these are, you know, for all intents and purposes cheap. But at 33 gold a piece for even the Q2s, it might be time to sell a few. Or at least give it a go. I think I've got some spares.
I have calibrated my prices to be reasonable.
Well, if we can sell those, that covers the cost of my null stones.
My thanks
Right, move on. Move on before we get too distracted. Right, leatherworking. This is one area where I've bought nothing. No skinning materials in any way, shape or form. Just getting into gold making, started with skinning and mining. Is there an add-on that tracks how much gold I've farmed in a session? There's a couple of things you can use. There's Loot Appraiser. The reality is I wouldn't worry about it too much. You'll know when you, because any add-on is only going to give you an estimation anyway. The real answer is when you go to the auction house and actually sell it. Let the mailbox do that job for you. So then you're not swayed by fake numbers, would be my recommendation. Just take whatever it is you've farmed in an hour, go put it on the auction house, and when it's sold, then you'll know exactly how much gold you actually made. Everything else is going to be fake numbers. Eight patron orders. That's a PvP recipe that I don't own. That's not a great start. Glyph etched is another one I don't know. It's not a great start. Rolling Thunderstrike Talons, I also don't know. Is the recipe cheap? Oh my god, you're not providing anything. Okay, they're the only knowledge points. 500 gold for 10 artisans acuity. I've definitely paid worse. Right, let's grab Gloom Chitin, let's grab some Storm Leather. I'm sure we'll need more in a minute. We only need to use basic stuff here. Go, go, gadget, go. Oh, you want that at Q3? Damn. You want it at Q3, but you've only provided me Q2 mats. Always the case. Always the case. Kaheti, Swarm, Chitin. Do I have any of these? My concentration's capped anyway. And the rest are dead to me. How much is this recipe? Competitor's Chain Cowl.
My directive is to serve you.
$20k for the recipe. Rook Feather Wrist Wraps, also 24k. I've not pushed hard enough with my leatherworker to justify buying these recipes. I really haven't. I mean, that's so cheap. It'd be foolish not to.
My directive has been...
The irony of that the epic patterns are generally cheaper than the PvP ones is still funny to me. Random ass inscription knowledge points in my bags from some time ago. $100 artisan security. I'm shooting for 300 to buy my next book. Okay, we're miles off. Miles off. I've not done any shuffling on these dudes. I'm already at a point where I'm happy going into season 1 with most of my professions, since I've got my 100 plus 40 build for all of them so far. The extra 750 artisan security for all of their knowledge books as well, for all of the professions, is a touch more expensive than I wanted to spend. 7.5k honor for a single recipe. Yeah, it's quite a lot. We'll pay about 5k on some realms for it. Yeah, you can definitely scout about. You can do some shopping. You can definitely find it cheaper. There's a possibility if I'm really pushed for like knowledge points to like get, you know, if I'm close to something, I might do that. Yeah, they also drop from the war supply crates and stuff as well, so there's many ways to get them. But in terms of just straight spending gold on them, they're still a bit too expensive for what I want to be spending right now. Oh my god. Providing no ciphers. Providing no codifieds. You additionally want it at quality 3. 4 even. I can't even guarantee quality 3 yet. So I'd have to reach quality 3 and then use probably half my concentration just for 2 knowledge points. Nope. Nope. Do I want these for artisan security? Probably. How much have I got on this dude? 145. It's probably worth doing them. Is it worth doing them? I'm not even sure it is worth doing them. I only need to provide the inks on this one. How did I get so much security? In a lot of cases, shuffling professions. And playing the game a disgusting amount. I'll do... my scribe has gone into inks, milling and inks. It's turned out to be hyper competitive. Surprise, surprise. And I'm still somewhat behind. I need this node filled. I then need to put probably 15 points in here. Yeah, 15 points in here. Then I need to fill this one as well. So even going into inks, I'm quite some distance behind. I'm Faded, exceptional, pristine. Yeah, I'm missing all 3 of my artisan acuity books on my scribe, which should still mean I can make inks at a profit, but my profit margins are going to be much skinnier than some other people out there. Some other people's out there. But I'm still trying to keep up with it. I can't, whilst I've tried to keep most of my professions up and running, I don't have the gold nor the time to hyper optimize and min max every single profession. I'm part of the problem for Inscription. My skill's crazy high and I can undercut to like 800 less than market price because I'm crafting like 7 million in stuff at one time. Yeah, exactly. This is it. Like when you craft at scale and you can remove luck from the equation, remove randomness from the equation to work as close to your mathematical average as possible, you can definitely achieve some good things. This is it. This is what's going to catch a lot of people out. You either go lazy mode route and use concentration for everything you craft, and you craft a small amount of things every day. It costs you basically 0 to set that up, and you can make a few thousand gold a day per character that you do that on. You either go that sort of lazy man approach, or you go sweaty degen approach, where you min-max the crap out of everything, but that requires you to shuffle. It's going to push you into the hyper-competitive markets, but your ceiling for potential profits is just basically non-existent. There isn't really much room in the middle. Like that middle ground for players who have kind of like leveled up a little bit, but they haven't done all of the shuffle. They've maybe done a bit of the shuffle, or they've put a lot of effort in and haven't done any of the shuffle at all. It's that middle section of players that's going to find it really, really frustrating. Somebody who did option 1, it does cost a lot of time. Farming the treasures was awful. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you're not spending gold, you're probably spending time. So you're spending something somewhere, but most people like to see their gold go up. They don't like to see their gold go down in the hope that it comes back up. Most people don't value their time anywhere near as much as they value their actual liquid gold, which is crazy, but it's true. A runed nullstone rod for an augment rune. Well, that's not happening. That's not happening, is it? Didn't even provide the nullstone. Absolute. Well, at least you provided the artisan security. Absolute scumbaggery. No knowledge points to claim from here. Do we want to do these just for the artisan's acuity? Why not? Minimum requirement of 2? Of course it does. Digging's the most frustrating part. The drop rate feels so bad. Oh, the treasures. Yeah, I've not done that this week. It took me way longer than it should have done last week as well. I think to do to get the knowledge points via treasures this week, I'm likely to go the approach of put some techno music on, blast it very loud, and just hyper tunnel focus it until it's done. Maybe drink some beer at the same time, take the sting off it a little bit. Right. Where are we with enchanting? Same scenario. Still need my 3. Still need my 3 knowledge books. I'm only 75 of the way in. But I've not specced into anything yet with... My enchanter's actually my only profession where I haven't done anything with it yet. And I worry that my holding off on doing this is going to make the whole thing completely futile, but we'll see. Cheap way to do a mini shuffle. Patron orders from Dragonflight counts towards the weekly quest in the War Within. The concept of a cheap shuffle is frustrating to me, mostly because, as I sort of forementioned, you're putting more time and you're putting more effort into doing something, and you are assuming that's going to get you to a position where you are better off. But there isn't that middle ground. One thing I said quite early going into the War Within is that the crafting professions, this expansion, there is no room for shortcuts. You can take shortcuts, but they're not going to take you to the place you expect them to. Because taking shortcuts is still going to leave you behind the players that don't take the shortcuts. And the players who don't take those shortcuts will dictate the prices of things very quickly to keep those players who have taken shortcuts out. Especially in the end game crafting market. As soon as you start getting into the realms of mass producing anything at top quality, the competition at that scale is already really strong. Well, that's lucky. I don't have to worry about any of these then. I would like the extra artisan security, but I don't think I'm going to be able to make these at quality 3, even with top tier herbs. I can get to quality 2, but then it's going to cost me 330 of my concentration just to get this one order for 10 artisan security. It's not worth. Same scenario here. 446 concentration to fill this order. Yeah. Okay, well that was a quick and easy check of the alchemist, because the quick and easy check basically returns, you are doing nothing. Right, engineering. Should I save my acuity for my last research book, or start picking up patterns? It's your call, it's up to you. What's more important to you? Is those 10 extra knowledge points more important to you? Or is getting access to a recipe more important to you? It's your choice. Suddenly feeling 16 years old again with this music. Hey, we like our classic tunes in here. Where's engineering? It's in there, isn't it? Boop. You want it at quality 5? I can't do you a quality 5, unfortunately. Oh, you want it at quality 5 and you didn't provide the chaos circuits. And you only provided quality 2s. Note to crafter, that ain't never going to happen. That ain't never going to happen. Even the most skilled are not going to be able to do that without burning a lot of their own gold. I mean, great, you get... Why would you give a 50,000 gold commission? Why would you throw up a 50,000 gold commission and not provide all the mats? It's a shame. 30 artisan security. Ha! 8 chaos circuits. No. No, I don't need the artisan security that badly. 5k for 10 artisan security. Nah, stupid millhouse. Whimsical wiring. We can probably make this. Oh, wait, you didn't actually...
I have an extended supply of goods for Outlanders.
Cheap scrap.
My thanks for your patronage.
You left me no choice but to use concentration to get 10 artisan security. I feel like I'm 15 all over again, and at the Sunday afternoon session of the disco for kids. No alcohol, of course. Need to get those back on the auction house. I'm out of coffee. Is the new TSM affiliate system live? Didn't find anything. You'll probably want to message either SapU, Gumdrops, or they've got a new guy working for them that's dealing with the marketing. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. They've had to redo it, and so they're resetting things up. I think it's a manual process their end to set things up. Do I now... Oh, there's part of me that wants to go do these treasures because then they're done. But there's also part of me that really doesn't want to do the treasures. Realistically, I should craft some stuff and actually get some stuff sold, because there's no point doing any of this if we don't make any gold. I also wanted to set up my TSM on my bank character today. I still have a shopping list of stuff I want to do, and I can't pick on. I can't pick what I want to do. I weirdly also just want to go chill out and just do some farming. I can't lie. There's part of me that just wants to throw a few hours at farming and go, you know what, fuck it. Let's just relax. Right, jewel crafting. Just going to take a quick look at the prospecting numbers. What did you put in that coffee? Oh, no, I said the F word, didn't I? Dropped an F-bomb on chat. Can't believe it. Crushed gem dust is in a reasonably good position right now. There's a lot of it, though. There's a lot of it, but it's not a terrible price. Akirite's pretty cheap at the moment as well. I'm wondering if I need to stock up on a little bit more of this. Is it actually 12 gold a piece? No, it's more like if I wanted 10k of it, it's 14 gold a piece. How does that compare to Iron Claw? 14 gold a piece. It's basically the same. Quality 2. Ooh, quality 2 is nearly at a point where you'd prospect quality 2 as well. Not for a Kirite though, that's too expensive. What are the gems doing? 76, 77. Radiant Rubies at 35. No, okay, that was a bait price. I've been less than diligent on some of my alts. Do you know if any add-ons that can help me track one-time craft bonuses. You don't need add-ons. You can do it in the default UI. You just go filter first craft bonus. Boom. My list is empty because I've done them all, but
I have calibrated my prices to be reasonable.
glass is at 70, 85, 90 realistically. I'm trying to do napkin math numbers in my head here. Pebbles are at like 15 a piece. Let me do something real quick. Where's it gone? Let me try some in here. What price did we say a Keyrite's at? If we actually want to buy it en masse, 14. Keyrite Q2 is 20, let's just call it 22 for rounding. A Keyrite Q3 is 47. Wow, we're not prospecting that then. Okay. So regular Joe prospecting is not really in the money right now. Yeah, there's still part of me that thinks I should stockpile some of this ore because I do think it's going to disappear. This still feels cheap to me. This doesn't seem... This isn't cheap so that I want to buy it all and sell it all cheap. This is just still feels like cheap because it's going to disappear level cheap. I think soon as jewel crafters start actually crafting gems properly, 70,000 crushed gemstones is just going to fly off the shelves. I don't know when that's going to happen though. And I wonder what... I don't have crushing data on regular gems and stuff. This is my problem. Okay, there's not much I can do with jewel crafting right now other than maybe sell out a little bit of my stock. Do I want to stock up on anything? I don't think I do. Q3 bismuth is still 200 gold plus. This doesn't budge. Price of this just doesn't budge. It doesn't go anywhere. Floats between 210 and 180 like all day long. Unless my data is wrong, there's no way crushing is profitable. I need to do some napkin maths and figure out just how much jewel crafters are actually making gems for. I suspect there's a multi-jewel crafting shuffle on the go, but I can't quite figure out what it is. There's too much of this kicking about for there to not be some shuffle that I'm not aware of. These are some big quantities, and it feels like it's too much. I can't quite figure out where all of this would have come from at this price based on the numbers. And let me reiterate, my jewel crafter is maxed minus 10 points, which doesn't really make much difference to the prospecting side of things. I'm pretty sure if you've gone hardcore gem cutting, there's a way to actually make cut gems remarkably cheaply. But I haven't figured it out. Okay. I'm going to assume there's not too much I can actually do with jewel crafting right now. Because it's a stand there, prospect things when the price is right situation. I'd rather save my mats for when I might need them. There's a glitch with crushing. Okay, you've carefully used the word glitch there. If it's anything that's even remotely considered an exploit, you are not allowed to talk about it in chat. Let me make that very clear to begin with. Right, what are we doing here? Blacksmithing. Let's have a look at some of our blacksmithing prices. Yeah, it's never a glitch. If it's bugged and you exploit the bug, that's a bannable offense. Not an exploit, it's a feature. Yeah, clearly.
My directive is to serve you.
Right, let's have a looky here then. Basic old alloys. We can mass produce basic alloys at a relatively cheap price. But every blacksmith under the sun is doing this right now. We could probably make a bit of a profit on those if we use our ever-burning ignition as well. What happens if we try and make Q3s? Q3 alloys... 200 gold a piece, 2,000 gold to craft a core alloy. See, this is why I don't trust any of these add-ons to actually tell you the prices, because it sometimes gets it all very wrong. 1,700 gold a piece. I can probably, with multi-craft and resourcefulness, make them for less than 1,700 gold a piece. I'm pretty sure there's money in that, and there's also not that many at that price. That said, bismuth at Q3 is not that readily available at what I'd consider a good price right now. What about then if we do some shuffles into either Iron Claw or Charged? Iron Claw alloys Q3 currently sat at 2,800. 36 crafting cost. Okay, they seem single digit margins either way. What do you mean, does Manthius know? It's a 600 artisan acuity gamble. I don't know what you lot are talking about. I'm confused. My realm, there's a crowd of jewel crafters prospecting and crushing away. Didn't even know there was this many jewel crafters on my dead server to begin with. The artisan's acuity vendor sells bags for 600 artisan's acuity and it dropped the recipe. The settings recipe? No way. Did it? Isn't that meant to just come from the raid? I suppose it does technically say that you can it can also drop rare recipes. Well, 600, your first 600 artisan's acuity is not actually that ridiculous. Well, it's not on this realm. That's quite funny, though. That's one way to get a first to market advantage, isn't it? The settings themselves are being sold. It's not the recipe. Oh, that's quite funny. That's really quite funny. That's amusing. Raid drop recipes from the 600 artisan security bags. Lol. He's crafted 700 of them already. I bet the guy selling it stumbled on it by coincidence. Probably not. Probably not. The way you... Okay, so the way this works is quite simple. You get a brand new level 70 character. If you happen to have a billion remix alts, you can probably do this many times. You can where do you even get the bags from? It's this dude, isn't it?
You come to trade?
No, where is it? I don't even know where you buy the bags from. Buy them from this fella?
I have one-of-a-kind items.
These bags here, look. Filled to the brim with high-quality ore or possibly a recipe. So you do whatever you need to do to get 600 artisan security on a character, and then you'd buy the bag, and because it can contain a recipe, and it that clearly includes the raid drop recipes before the raid's out, which I'm going to say is probably a bit bugged. They probably shouldn't contain the raid recipes, but it's not much in terms of gold, it's just time. Yeah, exactly.
Hold your head high.
That first 600 artisan security is you know, probably not going to cost... It's 100k. It's probably 100k gamble per character, absolute max. And you could probably do it for a lot less than that. Every single raider in a top 100 guild will have bought those before the raid even launches. Don't know. Try some on stream, viral video if you pull it. Bit of gacha, wow. I'm the damage is done now, but I would go as far as to say it's probably a bug, and I probably wouldn't recommend people do it. It's clever use of game mechanics at the very least. I'm certainly not going to waste any time doing it, but it's quite funny all the same.
I have calibrated my prices to be reasonable.
But yeah, my conclusion here is that I'm probably cutting it very fine on my crafting costs on Iron Claw alloys right now. I'd probably squeeze a bit of profit out, but is it going to be 10% plus? 50-50. Charged alloys, I stand more of a chance. Sanctified alloys... same scenario again. I can probably craft all of these at a profit. But it's very skinny. It's very skinny. $350 for free. $250 from a quick shuffle and gamble and then repeat. Yeah, when you think about it, that 250 is actually not that difficult to get at all, is it? You do... What would you do? Enchanting? Enchanting's like 110. You do a quick enchanting and a quick enchanting and inscription. Boom. Profession treasures don't give artisan security. Not inscription, too much RNG and expensive in my opinion. It's about 1,000 gold per book craft. I think, roughly. Until you've got them all. Tailoring's actually probably a cheap one. Tailoring's probably relatively cheap. Just you level tailor, yeah, tailoring, leatherworking. They're probably both cheap from a patron order perspective. Yeah, I reckon half an hour. I reckon in half an hour with a level 70 remix character, you can have 600 artisan security to gamble one of those bags. What's the name of those bags, out of curiosity? Satchel of Summon.
What do you seek?
Is there an estimated... this is admittedly from the beta, but it doesn't... the gamba on them is wild, by the way, by the looks of things. Somebody on beta bought 12 of those bags. They got one epic leatherworking recipe, a rare enchanting recipe, and then the other 10 had bits and bobs in them. So it looks like there's only... Even very basic maths, there's probably only a 1 in 5 chance you even get a recipe. So just think how many times you might need to actually do it to get one of the raid drop recipes. Yeah, it's probably
Keep your wits about you.
And then you're also nuking that ult into the ground from being able to use that character for really much of anything else. Not worth. Not worth. It's funny, but it's not worth. The question is do I make a few alloys right now? Do I make a few alloys? There's part of me that thinks I should probably make a few alloys even if I don't sell them right now, just because it's a bit time consuming. And then at least I've got some stock to sell if and when the price does magical things. Do I have room to move in here? What do I need here? I need another 10 points before I can unlock the next. Another 8 points before I can unlock the resourcefulness node. Okay, let's craft a few alloys.
I have an extended
Let's craft a
supply
few.
of goods for
Let's grab
outlanders.
materials for... Oh god, it's going to break every time now. Yeah, 1 in 5 to get a recipe, but who knows what recipe that even is.
My directive is to serve you.
I haven't actually got much gold on this character. I'm probably going to run short on gold to even be able to buy the mats to buy some of these, actually. if I do... Oh, I've got a bunch of iron claw alloys in my bags. Or maybe I don't need to do iron claw alloys then. Am I happy with 2.8 on those? Probably. Let's make some charged alloys. So I need 200 core alloys, 500 of this. What do I need of this? Yeah, I knew I didn't have enough gold.
My thanks for your patronage.
I farmed Invincible 1%. One shuffle might take as long as an ICC run. Gold spent doesn't matter.
I have an
Up to you. You do
goods
you.
for outlanders.
Doesn't seem very worth to me.
Return and peruse my inventory again.
Chat just said daily quests have just been reset. That should have been at 6 in the morning. What the heck? Have they really? I've reset my UI. Have they really?
I have calibrated my prices to be
The game is
reasonable.
doing some funky things at funky times at the moment. It's pretty difficult to keep track of what's going on.
My thanks for your patronage.
We got plenty of echoing flux. Let's pop our ever-burning ignition. Have I got one in my bags already? Yeah. 10 minutes, go. Oh, do I not have a speed potion on me? Oh, Christ on a bicycle.
I have an extended supply of goods for outlanders. My directive has been
Okay. Speed boost gained by those has probably been negated. Is that the word? I don't know. Probably. Go. Oh, I had a bunch of these in my bags already as well. Alright, whatever. We'll craft them all the same. Says no profit. Because I don't trust add-ons prices. I trust my own prices. There's absolutely no way I'm losing 900 gold on each of these crafts. Absolutely no way. Something about this price is just wrong. Napkin math is owning right now, honestly. If you can do even basic napkin maths, most things. Yeah, exactly. This is it. Don't trust add-ons. Let add-ons guide your decision making. Don't let add-ons make the decision for you. Some alloys are missing the multi-craft calculation in Craft Sim. I don't know. I'm all out of napkins. Yeah, I'm just using my brain. It's fine. Whilst these are crafting though, let me go grab a drink. Helps if I put the microphone back on, doesn't it? You can use the craft results tab, not the average profit. Yeah, the craft results tab is probably closer to accurate. It depends, obviously, if the prices are true, though. Where's the craft results one? There it is. No, something's still not right. Yeah, so something's 100% not right with it. There's something wrong with resourcefulness. I've crafted over 500 core alloys and got it less than 10 times to proc. I've had 24%. I think it breaks somewhere above 23 or 24. No, you got to remember how resourcefulness actually works. So resourcefulness doesn't distribute back to you 100% of the mats. It only gives you back, on average, about 30% of your materials. So, and it's also weighted differently between materials in each craft. This is why trusting add-ons this early in the expansion is batshit crazy, because most of the time they're wrong. I've only got 11% resourcefulness here. Let's, for sake of maths, call it 10%, because it's an easier number to work with. That means 10% of the time I press the craft button, resourcefulness will proc. And you can kind of see that happening in the craft results here. But when it procs, it's still likely only on average to give me 30% of the materials back. Meaning that you'll most often only get like 1 or 2 bismuth being saved. You might get 1 or 2 echoing flux being saved. Which means when you look at the numbers overall at the end, it looks like it's just not done anything ever. But a lot of the time, as far as the game is concerned, it procs resourcefulness, but then doesn't actually save you anything. in that regard, it's a bit weird, especially if you're like making the blacksmith hammers as well, for example. This is where a lot of people are looking at this and going, resourcefulness just doesn't work. It's more down to how it actually functions behind the scenes. What isn't working right now is the fact that it's for some reason producing me quality 2 alloys. Who and what now? Has it been doing that the entire time? Since when was it making me all of these? Did I buy all that ore and then not pick it up at the mailbox? Okay, well that's entirely my fault. It's alright, we'll sell them all the same. Where did my Q3 bismuth go? Hello? Maybe it burnt through all of those and then went on to using the quality 2 stuff. Whatever, doesn't matter. But yeah, the actual mechanics behind resourcefulness are not that favourable on items that use either low quantities of materials, or worst case scenarios when it's like single digit stuff. So if you look at, where is it, the blacksmithing hammers, right? These use 1 core alloy. This means that if you craft 100 of these and you've got 10% resourcefulness, it's not going to save you 10 core alloys. You could craft 100 of these and you might be lucky if it saves you 3. Which is why most people are looking at it and saying that resourcefulness just doesn't work. It's more likely the case that people don't realise just how resourcefulness actually functions. But that's not strictly their fault, because, you know, the game doesn't particularly tell you this. It's a bit of a weird one, honestly. But yeah, I get why it's kind of like, you've got to dig deep into the game, and this is why I'm saying don't trust add-ons. You absolutely got to do the maths yourself. Start with a small batch, see how it feels, see if you're profitable. If it is, do it again, scale it up once you know it's profitable, that sort of thing. Add-ons should guide your decisions, not make them for you. Kev with the Prime, thank you very much. Good morning, good morning. Sending a bag for science. Took 20 minutes, leatherworking, tailoring, enchanting. If you pull a raid recipe, lol. I'd be surprised if you even get a recipe at all, though. Sounds like you might only get a recipe 1 out of 6 times. And that's based on very small numbers. Rank 3 Iron Claw, 36 Q3 Bismuth, 25 rank 3 Kyrite, and 2 Null Stones. I mean, the 36 Q3 Bismuth is like, what, 7,000 gold? 2 Null Stones is another 7,000 gold, so you made like 15, maximum 20k. Which, yeah, probably not worth. Compared to how much shuffling, leatherworking, tailoring, and enchanting, I don't know.
Is that your wallet? Or are you just glad to see me? Both, I hope.
Ah, Kev with the gifties as well. Thank you very much. Enjoy your little Flappy Bird.
Let's make sweet, sweet profit together.
there's 100 of those. Let's, oh, my engine. Oh, flipping hell. I messed that up so hard. This is what happens when I stream. I don't pay attention to what I'm doing in game and mess up. I didn't even have me flipping ever burning up for half of that. Alright, well let's get those listed at a price I'm happy with and see how they go.
Calibrated my prices to be reasonable.
2.9 doesn't sound like a terrible price anyway. Plus we got the Iron Claw alloys to sell as well. Mm, 2.6. Sorry, 1.6 cost 2 plus more. Yeah, that sounds about right. We'll get them in there.
My thanks for your patience.
Alright, let's see what's going on with tailoring. Have you made any alt armies? No. 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 My concept on alt armies is that the best thing you can do with them right now is to actually look at leveling them more, like leveling their character level. Getting them up to level 80 is probably the smartest move you can do right now with alts. The cost implications of setting up professions is well, let's be real. The cost of things are at the worst they will probably ever be throughout the entire expansion. Everything is expensive because it's the first patch of the game. If you spend a bunch of gold leveling your characters now, expect the price to level those professions to be the highest it will probably ever be. So I'm not focused too much on the alt army shenanigans.
My directive is to serve you.
Let's have a little looky in here then. So now it should be that actually making weaver cloth bolts is still not profitable to do, but the unraveling is becoming more close to potentially lucrative. Is it an average of 5? I'm not at the right place to test that out. But realistically, it's the exquisites that I'm more interested in. 220 on those right now. Buying the weaver cloth bolts at Q3. The exquisites are still in line with being... You're basically having to supply the weaver cloth for free. One storm dust makes one exquisite weaver cloth bolt in terms of price, but the reality is your resourcefulness, your multi-craft makes up for the difference there. I think still selling exquisite weaver cloth bolts at this price is not terrible. It also depends just how much you bought your weaver cloth bolts at. Buying them at 33 gold a piece is very different to buying them for like basically nothing, but it still hinges mostly on the storm dust price. I'm probably content with selling 1,000 of these now, or at least listing 1,000. This is aggressively close to being reset, by the way. There's less than 7. There's less than. If somebody hadn't put a mini wall there, the entire thing is incredibly close to somebody coming in and you going, you know what? We're just going to scoop this up. That's wild. That's really close. And that's just one dude's auctions. That's one dude's auctions. That's one dude's auctions. This is a few people's. Somebody clearly tried earlier. Somebody clearly tried. Price has been pretty stable on these for a few days now, nearly a week. Pretty stable in price on these for quite some time now. What the Q2 versions are looking like. What if we make them on the cheap? What happens when we make them on the cheap? What's the price of a single Storm Dust at Q1? 116 gold. See, there you go. Even Q2 Exquisite Weaver Cloth bolts is money right now. Do I not have any quality 1 Storm Dust? Why do I not have any quality 1 Storm Dust? How did I view that price history again? Storm Dust at tier 1 is actually at its most expensive it's been in literally a week right now. And the quantity of it is really diminishing fast. Q2 is in a similar position. Dust is starting to rise by the looks of things. Why won't it let me? Hello? Why is my keyboard not working?
Has been fulfilled. Return and peruse my inventory.
How on earth do I get skill towards crafted codified greenwood? It's the cipher node.
To be reasonable.
I can't remember what the node's actually called, but it's the cipher node.
My directive has been fulfilled.
Is gathering only getting us and security from the weekly knowledge points? Gathering works the same way as everything else. Your best way is to shuffle to get more of it if you want more of it faster. But arguably, as far as gathering is concerned, just spend another hour gathering. Save yourself the effort. 1 extra hour of gathering is probably going to increase your daily gold total by much more than doing any shenanigans. Okay, that's all the storm dust I'm willing to buy for a while.
My thanks for your patronage.
Right, let's make a few bolts. Let's make a few bolts before we move on. Exquisites. Where's all me flipping cloth gone? Did I sell all of my Q1 weaver cloth bolts? Did I mean to do that?
My directive is to serve you.
Huh. I think I've sold all of my quality one. No, that's weaver cloth. Where's my weaver cloth bolts? Huh. Maybe I sold all my Q1 bolts. Huh. Maybe I did. Okay.
Return and
Alright, well, we'll use quality 2 bolts instead then, because they're practically the same price, right? I mean, Q2 bolts are actually cheaper right now. That's funny. So the money turns up when we get the multi-craft with this. Do you get more patron orders as your skill in a profession increases? Not necessarily, but there is a bit of a threshold before you start getting most of them. You ultimately want to get your profession to skill 100 pretty quickly, but you need to be about 50, 60, 70 before you start getting most of your patron orders. If you're below that, you're not going to get many. What is a number per hour that makes a farm worth it for you? Oh, I basically don't farm. Almost no number. I do farming if I just... Yeah, I very rarely do any farming. This is my farming. Finding something that's profitable to craft and crafting it. Gonna have maxed out alloys when season 1 starts. Hope it's gonna pay off. 160 knowledge points. There's a good chance. I would also make sure that you have yourself plenty of mats. And if you've already got max build, there's almost nothing again that, you know, not only maybe keep yourself a bunch of materials, but considering the time it takes to craft alloys as well, consider pre-crafting. Obviously, pre-crafting runs the risk that the materials go down in value, but it's often safer to keep things in material form, because then that gives you 2 options. You can either resell the material directly, or you can craft the thing to then sell the thing. But also, maybe just maybe the time it takes you to stand there and craft them all is something you want to consider as well. Farming, in my opinion, is only really worth it for anybody's first million. After that, learning crafting is the way. Yeah, farming is a way to get that nest egg, in my opinion. It's a way to get that little nest egg of materials, of gold, sorry, that you can then use to either level your profession, or to help you buy a bunch of materials to make something to then sell them on for more. I still think in today's game, 1 million is quite a small amount to start properly playing with professions. But at the beginning of an expansion, you can farm 500k a week, like with just an hour farming a day, pretty much. And it's 0 risk. I don't think a lot of people really comprehend just how much you actually have to craft and sell, though, to make more than gathering at the beginning of an expansion.
Let's make sweet, sweet profit together.
Crafting is often glamorized because you get those monstrously large mailboxes, and you know you're selling hundreds of thousands of gold worth of stuff. But you kind of got to remember that only about 10% of what you see is probably profit most of the time. 20% if you're good, 30% if you found something really juicy. So if you want to make 1 million gold with crafting, you kind of have to sell 10 million gold worth of stuff so that your gold goes up by 1 million. So it's not necessarily the quickest way to make gold. But the thing with crafting is it's usually consistent. Farming has this weird nature to it that the more you do it and the more time that passes, the worse you get at it, or that's at least how it feels. Even though you gain more skill, you gain more knowledge points, you're picking up more stuff, you're picking up higher quality stuff, you actually notice that your gold per hour trends downwards. It seems to be, with farming, it seems to be the more effort you put in, the worse it gets. But that's just because the markets for materials dip over time. So it has this weird sort of psychological feeling of the more you do it, the worse you get. If you go farming for 2 hours at the beginning of an expansion and then you come back next week and do another 2 hours farming, you'll be like, why have I got better at this, but I've made less? You know, it's odd. Whereas crafting, you're often more in control, you know. You're more in control, that you can see relatively steady profits, and it's just simply an exercise of doing it a bunch. My TSM's looking pretty insane right now, about 30 million gold spent on herbs. Yeah, see? When crafters are spending that much on herbs, somebody's got to have farmed them. Somebody's got that 30 million gold in their back pocket now. Farming is incredibly lucrative for most players at the beginning of expansion. Some people find farming enjoyable. They find it relaxing. They have the ability to, like, you know, just chill out when they're farming. I don't. I find it the opposite. I find it draining. I find that I'm hyper-focused on the game more so than I would be doing this, you know? I tend to find I'm hyper-focused on looking for that next node, trying to do things quickly, trying to avoid combat. I know a lot of people say just put Netflix up on another screen and watch that, but no, I can't watch a Netflix program whilst farming. I can't watch a stream whilst farming. I can't watch a YouTube video because I can't split my attention in 2 places. Farming this expansion is probably way better than it's been in recent history too. Lure drop is kind of like Anchorweed and BFA. 400 a herb is crazy right now. What's causing lure drop to be so ridiculous? I know it goes into... it's milled quite heavily to make the inks, but it's got to be used hyper aggressively in alchemy somewhere for it to be worth that much. Is it in the tempered potion? Is that what it is? think it's a rare spawn like anchorweed. There's just a lot less nodes. Is that what it is? Maybe we need a lure drop farming guide on YouTube. Cash monies. Maybe. Do I have multi-craft on my tool? I think so. Yes. It's used a lot in the main ink for Inscription. Yeah, I'm thinking it's got to be a consumption rate thing more than anything else. Lure drop is not easy to get, if possible at all, to get in the Isle of Dawn, which could also be a thing. Depends where where herbalists are doing their herbalism. What's the best tool enchant for herbalism? Finesse or perception. I think they're probably roughly equally balanced. One's going to potentially give you more null lotus. The other one's going to just potentially give you more. I'm usually of the mindset that more is just good. If something gives you more, it's just good. Deafness increasing your herbing speed is super situational. It might give you, it might in its own right give you a little bit more if you hit more nodes because you're mining each one slightly faster. Like, it's one of those sort of weird optimizations that's hard to quantify. But I do so little farming, I couldn't really give very accurate answers on this. Crafting this with both the cipher crafts, also doing my own inks and milling. Profits like 2 million on about 4 million invested so far. Is this, I mean, this is an Inscription, right? Oh, the codified Greenwoods, yeah. Yeah, the concept is pretty simple for me. If you focus on something, that thing will pay off for you right now. There's almost no market that's not profitable. And if it's not profitable, it's because you probably haven't put enough effort into it. If you put maximum effort into a market, it'll make you gold right now. And this is kind of what I said is a bit of a weird thing about the crafting in The War Within, is that you either have to make the conscious decision before you start. I'm going to take the lazy man approach. I'm going to take every shortcut I possibly can. I'm going to minimize my costs, and I'm going to use concentration to its absolute fullest to make all of my gold for me. I'm going to do the bare minimum, the absolute bare minimum I possibly can, to then use concentration to make something good. You either got to go that route, or you've got to go the other route of doing absolutely everything in your power to optimize the thing that you've chosen. And if you do that, there's lots of gold to be made. And there's 100 different directions you could go in doing that as well. Every single crafted item in the game currently, you could hyper focus on and just like go ham. Jeweler settings on the auction house. Somebody's won the bag lotto. Yeah, we looked at those earlier. That's quite funny. By the way, making ink, there's no way to make them not. There's no way to make them with rank 2s not using concentration. Wait, I don't know what you mean. If you want to make rank 3 inks, you have to use either rank 2 inks and concentration, or sorry, rank 3 pigments. Rank 3 pigments can guarantee rank 3 inks, or rank 2 pigments plus concentration will make rank 3 inks. You can spend about 500 gold and set up a scribe that can very slowly produce rank 3 inks via concentration. Rank 2 pigments and no concentration, that will make rank 2 inks. If you want to guarantee rank 3 anything, you have to be using rank 3 mats. But with rank 1 pigments, you can make rank 2 inks. Yes, but rank 1 and rank 2 pigments are basically the same value. Did my skinning stuff last week, picked up all the treasures, but I've only got 40 points. Am I missing something obvious? Well, treasures are going to count for 24. Plus, you've got a couple of weeks of weekly bonuses. It doesn't sound too off. 40 points also sounds like you maybe haven't done the Kej farm for the 10 knowledge points. It also sounds like you haven't done the rep farm for the 10 knowledge points. Also sounds like you haven't gained artisan's acuity for the potentially 45 knowledge points. You've still got lots of work to do with skinning. But if you've done the basics, 40 points sounds about right. Milling has some weird interaction. Milling bronze into silver quality pigments actually cuts down your pigments gained from 12 to 15 down to 9 to 13. Milling quality 1 herbs into quality 2 pigments cuts down your pigments gained. So you're still actually then better off milling quality 2 herbs to get most yield of quality 2 pigments. Yeah, I saw that on the beta and I wondered if that was a bug. But the fact it's still here is likely means it's intended. Yeah, there were some weird interactions. And this is why, I know we've spoke about this many times today already, but this is why you need to do maths with your eyes, right? Don't let add-ons tell you all your numbers. Because if you're not looking at what's going on, if you're not paying attention to what's going on, you don't spot these weird things in the professions. And add-ons probably don't know they exist either. You don't spot this sort of stuff unless you're actually paying attention and looking for it. Meth with the eye. No, not meth with the eye. You gotta do the maths yourself. Don't let an add-on or a calculator do it for you. Use your eyes to look at what's going on and use your brain to do the numbers. Right, how many of these flipping things have we got now? I know we've only been crafting them for like 15 minutes, but I'm at the point where maybe I've got plenty enough to throw them on the auction house now. The gold per hour potential from this is only about 30 to 40k gold an hour by the looks of things. It's one of those where I need to have this up and running on one account while I'm doing something else on another account. I'm gonna move on and look at some other things rather than standing here making bolts all day. I've maybe only actually got about an hour left to stream today.
I calibrated my prices to be reasonable.
129. Let's throw 1,000 on the auction house. Did we sell a bunch of stuff? We did. We sold a bunch of stuff. We got some gold coming in. Those exquisites seem to sell pretty well. Do I want to sell another 1,000 of these exquisites now, or do I want to save them for later? We'll sell another 1,000 now. Alright, we'll come back to those later. See if there's any easy wins in leatherworking. Thaumaturgy requires a Philosopher's Stone. I wonder what the price of the classic recipe for it is. Mr. Pandaria is the easiest one to get. It's 3 Golden Lotus. 3 Golden Lotus, and you can craft it at level 1. You just got to fly to the Jade Forest. Is it the Jade Forest? I think it's called the Jade Forest. Right, firstly, do we have any gold on this dude? Not really. I suspect if we look at crafting a few things, we might need some.
My directive is to serve you. My directive has been fulfilled.
That is assuming we can actually do anything out of profit right now. I might do some pre-crafting even if we can't. Just so I've got some mats for when we need them. Right. Carapace-backed hides. These are the core hides that go into everything else. Thunderous and sunless carapaces are important to me. What are we looking at prices of these? 240 or 150 a piece? Wow, okay. Sunless is significantly cheaper. Significantly cheaper, and it's nowhere near as readily available. That's interesting, even though it's used equally in the carapace-backed hide recipe. That's odd. That's clearly a supply situation then. Maybe thunderous hides are used significantly more other places. 4% profit per craft doesn't excite me though. The question is do I pre-craft a bunch just so I've got them so I don't have to worry about pre-crafting them when I then go on to actually need them. I'm also probably lacking something here, aren't I? We've got 30 points in here. More points in waste knot. More resourcefulness. Damn, that's annoying. I'm gonna be 1 point away from that. That's annoying. Some weird shenanigans happening with the leatherworking hides and the skinning. Feels like there's shenanigans happening everywhere. Or at least that seems to be the assumption by many.
I have calibrated my prices to be reasonable.
Full on chaos. Now, with 12% resourcefulness, 18% multi-craft, producing these for less than 389 has got to be feasible. What are we looking at? 150. Just call it 400 plus 5 of these things. 400, 500 max. Before resourcefulness, before... If you get resourcefulness proc on one of these, you're absolutely... Especially on one of these, you're good. So I'd say there is money in these still. And I'd actually go as far as to say the profit margin is a little bit better than that. Then how does... The question then becomes is how do things like these look? Because this is where you can maybe stack the profit in your favor. 6, well, if you take the basic ones at 400, add, what's this, like 20 gold of crystalline powder on them. Stack your multi-craft again. Resourcefulness again. There's money in them. Money in them for sure. 9% there. Willing to believe it. Viridescent spores. These are 50 gold a piece, so there's a little bit more wiggle room there. There's a remarkably small amount of these in total. Writhing samples. I wonder if I need to like acquire some of these. What are we looking at here? 45 gold a piece. Seems to be pretty universal. These viridescent spores keep doing weird things. Quantity is stacking up on these. The price is dropping on them. The consumption's clearly not high enough on these. Ley line residue. Price is pretty stable. Crystalline powder is basically free all the time. Okay. There's wiggle room there then. There's wiggle room in all of those. The question is do I also look at then using some of those in making bigger and better things elsewhere? Oh, I can't guarantee top quality armor kits yet, can I? Yeah, okay. So I am purely in reagent land. And I'm actually massively behind in reagent land as well, because I still haven't got 2 of my books. Okay. I'm not convinced I'm going to do anything with leatherworking right now. But what I might do is hedge my bets on some of these materials. Or should I buy the Q? Yeah. Let's do this. There's an outrageous shortage of all of these. Just opened my account again, leveling my alt to level 70, so I'm ready when I buy the War Within. Is there anything valuable from Dragonflight Professions? No, ignore them. Flat out ignore them. Can't really make any profit with Carapace Q3. I'm full resource and crafting with +3 blue tools. Really? I mean, at Q3? Are you sure? One, two, three max. Is it such that you can drop one of these down? So okay, I'll tell you what the trick is with this then. I'll tell you what the trick is. You drop your Thunderous Hide down to quality 2, right? Drop your Thunderous Hide down to quality 2. Now, of course, that's going to put you 10 points short, right? What you do is you slap on one of these bad boys, a stack of Pentagon reviews. They're only 500 gold a piece, look. So at 500 gold a piece with these, you slap one of those on, that gets you the 10. Then your crafting cost is significantly lower. You've then got a 2,000 gold-ish per item crafting cost, as to when you would then, with your multi-craft and resourcefulness, still win. So you can. Got a big brain it. Got a big brain it. And you drop your Thunderous Hide down, so that in essence takes you from 1,800 down to 300 right now. That's a 1,600 gold saving. You add 500 on top of that, you're saving 900 gold on your crafting cost. Which is why these can be 1,600 gold a piece. But the limitation of that is that there's only 3,000 of these on the auction house, and they do steadily get more expensive very quickly. You know, there's only realistically enough for like 2,000 of these to be crafted using that cheeky method. Before it eats into your profit margins. So it's not something that's infinitely repeatable. More than anything, I'd say that these are just very cheap right now. And if you were daring enough, you can reset this market for like less than a gold cap. I'm not that daring, but if I was all in on leatherworking, that's where my brain would be going. Because you're right, it's not sustainable. It's not infinitely sustainable, but you know, there's ways and means.
My directive has been fulfilled.
Right, we'll sit on them for a while anyway. Craft Sim says I have an average profit of 20% on sanctified alloys, but both times I tried, I barely made a profit. Yes, stop relying on add-ons. I will say this for the 500th time today. Don't rely on add-ons for your numbers. Craft in a small batch. See if it's profitable in a small batch. If you can make a profit from the small batch, increase the batch size next time. If you still make a profit next time, well, keep doing it till you keep making profit. Blindly trusting add-ons at the moment is a terrible, terrible idea. You're going to end up losing a lot of gold if you blindly trust add-ons. I'm still short in here by quite some margin. Have I literally got no herbs? This is a problem. This is a problem I'm not easily going to be able to overcome right now. Oh boy, I really have, like, literally no herbs. I've got a shitload of pigments from somewhere. I must have milled a bunch of stuff at some point. Why have I got a shitload of quality 3 nacreous pigment, but no quality 3 lure drop pigment? How have I managed to do that then? How have I managed that then? No icons on your tabs, tut tut. It's because it's one bag. One bag. Don't need icons over here if I've got it in one bag mode. Okay, that's annoying. We were talking about this a minute ago.
Step closer and don't mumble.
Talking about this a minute ago. That lure drop at quality 3 is just outrageous money right now. Lure drop and a Wrath's Spear at Q3. It's actually wild. What's 6 times 5? 6 times 5 is 30. It's profitable to convert lure drop up to Q3 right now. That's mental. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. There's probably more money in the cheaper inks right now, if I look at it. Small profits because of auction house cut. No, I mean more in terms of getting your buy price of lure drop down. You'd buy lure drop quality 2 and process it first. Assuming you had a herbalist that could do that. There's still margin in Q2 inks. It's pretty skinny, but there's still margin in Q2 inks. And I'd imagine you could extend that if you milled out your own pigments. Microbloom Q2, 34 gold a piece. Lure drop Q2, 64 gold a piece. Okay, that's more expensive. That's more expensive. You'd still be better off in that scenario milling lure drop quality 1. But you could mill microbloom quality 2. Have I dumped all of my liquid gold into mats yet? No, not really. Not really. I've bought a few bits and pieces here and there where I need them. I've gone a lot more like cloth and ore direction than I have leather and herbs. I mean, I don't really have any herbs right now. Why am I not even tracking half the herbs here? Why am I not even tracking flipping, what's it called? Blessing Blossom. Thought something was missing. I I'm still missing. What am I still missing? Brain, think. Microbloom, Lure Drop, Blessing Blossom, Arath Orbanids. Why am I not tracking all of these? Oh, you... Doggo's fast asleep. She's chilling. Orbanid Pigment Q2? Odd. I'm not sure I want to play around with Inscription just yet then. I think I need to fix a few things first with my scribe. I'm running a bit short on artisan security. It needs a little bit more tender loving care before I'm in a profitable point. This is kind of what's happening right now. My characters that are sort of stuck in middle limbo are not really at a position where they make much. But I've kind of... You know, it's all the, alchemy, Inscription. It's all the herb stuff where I need to do some work on them. Boys and girls, though, I think I have a little bit more time, but I don't want to get stuck into doing something particularly right now. Today was always going to be a shorter stream, as I wasn't really even planning on doing it. I need to go do some adulting stuff before we have some guests turning up for dinner today. So I've got to, do normal adult things. So I think I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you all for joining. Hope you had fun. We had a little bit of a flick through some of the professions, at least, talking about some of the markets. This weekend's going to be a good time if you're playing to sort of push your professions that last little bit before the season starts. Maybe look at the prices of your materials and make some decisions on whether you should be snagging some of them now, or whether you're willing to wait and risk it. It's up to you. Bagnator is the bag add-on I've been using. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your weekend, boys and girls. Have a good one. I'm not guaranteeing anything tomorrow, but if you see me, come say hi. I might throw the stream up tomorrow. I'll be playing the game a little bit tomorrow, but whether I choose to stream at the same time or not, we'll see. But thanks again. Come say hi over on the Discord. Hit the follow button, hit the like button. Thank you for the subs. Thank you for the bits. Thank you for all of the love and the support recently. It's been great. And finally, before I go, there's a TSM early bird offer on their new premium service that they're offering. I've managed to secure you guys a bit of a 10% discount. To my understanding, I've been informed it works across all of their pricing plans, whether you go monthly, 6 monthly, yearly, whatever the case may be. Why does that not work for Team YouTube? It's in the pinned comments for Team YouTube. Yeah, check it out. Have a good weekend. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you all next time. Have a good one. Peace.